Now, on some situations, individuals has coming back in the booking process and has lied and not checked where they were really born, but they could not speak a bit of English. And so we knew, there had to be some other foreign country. At that time, we notified our 287G officers. Detention officers are ICE certified, and believe me, ICE school is a tough school. And we have recertification all the time with the ICE officers assigned to our detention center. May interview all non-U.S. citizens and nationals brought into the Alamance County Jail for criminal process in order to determine the status of removability. Once again, I want you to understand, the sheriff does not remove anybody. We do the process. ICE handles the deportation. Interview forms are used which require both the subject's and the officer's signature and the subject's right index fingerprint. And I have a copy of those if anybody would like to see of all the forms that are used. Subject is interviewed by 287G officers to determine the alienage and removability. Subject is fingerprinted through the IDENT and IAFA systems. Let me tell you something. We have identified a lot of people wanted nationwide by the system we have that ICE has provided to the Alamance County Sheriff's Office. Checks are made through CIS, NCIC, CJ Leeds, and claims. Subject then is served with a notice of legal services. We give the immigrant or alien a list of legal services free. It's free, the legal services are. We also give them a change of address form. Why? Because if they are released, and ICE can release them on their own recognizance, we need to know the address where ICE will send all the information that they're going to need whenever they have to appear in a federal court somewhere. They also notice of online detainee. We give them, if they sign it, we will put that in. I say we don't, ICE does. That detainee's name showing where they're detained, so their family can go online and find out when ICE moves them. I want you to understand, once they roll over into ICE custody, we have no idea, we are not told, it's none of our business, where they go and how many times they get transferred before they go into an immigration court or out of the country. Again, notice of their rights. We give them a written notice of their rights, which, like I said, I have forms if anybody wants to see them. An A file is created. If the subject has an existing A file, a copy is requested, which means that A file number will follow that alien anywhere they go in the system. Or if they go back to me, yes, sir.
Chair, can I ask a question?
Yes, sir.
Is there bilingual representatives to share with those who might not? You brought up a couple of items about some who do not speak English. Is there a bilingual representative there too?
Absolutely. We pay for a language line, plus a lot of my officers are trained in Spanish. Matter of fact, I'm glad you asked it, because every Tuesday and Thursday night we're going to come to Alamance County Sheriff's Office. Alamance Community College is teaching Spanish to every single one of our employees. We are trying to be able to communicate effectively, not only with a person that has violated law, but we're trying to better ourselves to be able to deal with the victims of a crime that has been preyed upon in the Hispanic population. We want them to understand we have concerns for them too, and that way our patrol officers are able to effectively communicate. And we started this about a year ago. And we're doing Spanish 1, Spanish 2, one Tuesday, and one Thursday night. And all of our officers are required to go.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Okay, we got the procedures up here. You've got prepare notice to appear, or other removal charging documents such as notice of intent to administratively remove, or notice of intent to reinstate removal, or notice of intent to expeditiously remove. Now, I can explain what all these mean, but it's the level. For instance, just a notice of intent to administrative remove usually means they have been out of the country, come back in, and boom, they're going to move administrative, and the person says, look, I don't want to go to immigration court, I just want to go home. Boom. The administrative sign on, they're deported back to their home country. And then you have your notice of intent to reinstate. Removal is also where a person comes in the country, deported, comes back in, and then wants to go before a judge to be removed. And the more serious is your notice of intent to expeditiously remove. These are violent felons that have come into the United States, and they want to get them out of here as quick as they can. Okay, the file is reviewed for completeness and approval by on-site ICE supervisor. Like I say, in Alamance County, we have two. Subject awaits disposition of state charges. Nobody, in the early stages, a lot of counties were saying, okay, we have a criminally legal alien here, but he's going to be removed, so rather than tie our court system up, we're just going to drop the charges, y'all remove them. Well, it don't work that way in Alamance County, and I hope it don't work that way anywhere else. You try those individuals, they're convicted, if they've got time, they pull their time, then they're removed. Or if it's a situation, say, a DWI, and I can't tell you who ICE will remove with a DWI charge or anything else, but if a judge, they sit in our jail for 30 days before they go over to court, and that happens a lot of times with our court system is clocked. Judge may give them time served, and boom, they're automatically in the deportation process as far as ICE. Okay, once the charges are disposed of, they roll over into ICE custody. Now, Alamance County Sheriff's Office is a longer than 72-hour holding facility. A lot of our 287G sites cannot hold them that long or over that. They have to be put into ICE custody because they don't have some of the facility that they need, the necessary facilities to facilitate that. If at any point during the process the subject is determined to be legal residents, no further action is necessary by ICE. So if they're a legal resident, we're through it, they go, whatever. Okay, in 287G program in Alamance County, give you just a few of the statistics there. And believe me, we have had about every kind of crime you can think of that was found out by coming through the 287G program being processed. But 2007, when we first really got into the program, to December the 4th of 11, inmates interviewed was 2,285. Number of inmate charged and brought into the jail that were non-U.S. born. So these were your aliens that were not U.S. born criminal aliens. Inmates processed for removal. I want you to understand, once again, the Sheriff's Office does not remove anybody, they only process them. 1,779. Prior to us keeping these statistics, prior arrest records was 253, and then 120 deportations, and outstanding warrant for removal was 60. There are a lot of times they're deported, they come back in the United States, and there are warrants outstanding for them, and we'll pick them up on a DWI, a no operator's license, a larceny, a shoplifting, or even a more serious charge. And then, of course, they're charged, and once that's done, they can stand trial in federal court, which it could be a much different sentence than anything that could be done at the state level. If you are an aggravated felon and re-enter the United States, then usually our U.S. Attorney's Office will charge those individuals and deal with them along those lines.